today's show. Comedian Wanda Sykes, pet psychic Sonya Fitzpatrick, and from ER, Goran Visnjic. Now, here's your host, Mullally.
Excited about the show today. Yeah. And not just because we have Wanda Sykes, Goran Visnjic, a pet psychic, and as if that weren't enough, a guy who's going to play cow bones. No, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the only reason I'm excited. There is more. A little later, we're going to have an audience dance-off. That's right. But not just any dance-off. You know, it's irritating sometimes, isn't it, the way people who are good at stuff get all the glory? What's that all about? I mean, it's really not fair when you think about it. So today, we're going to be rewarding the not-so-good dancers. Yes. That's right. It's only fair. It's only fair. Awkward and ungainly people of the world, rejoice. This is your day. Now, that's not till a little bit later, but I wanted to give you an idea of what we're going for. So I snuck a video camera into the office, and I caught some of our staff in the act. Take a look.
Okay, I have to be very quiet. I don't... Oh my gosh, that's Leah. She's the receptionist. She's kind of weird, isn't she? Okay, now who's this? Okay, that's Keisha. Look at her, trying to work off the calories after she had her peanut butter toast. So, you know who that is? That's John. Yeah, we kind of avoid John. And who's this? Oh, look at that. That's Brian. That's Brian. Now, see, that kind of turns me on a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to leave him to his own devices, because I think that's kind of sweet. Oh, now, who's this little lady right here? Oh, well, she's a pretty gal. Look at those moves. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, now that's kind of what I would call sexy. That's a sexy dance. Oh, sexy lady. Go, sexy lady, dance. Shake it. Do it. Perfect. That's sexy lady, yeah.
That last little lady was pretty good. Wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. I'm just saying. But now, I didn't just catch my staff. No, I was very naughty. I also caught one of our guests. Roll the tape.
Megan, what are you doing? Get out of here. I'll see you out there. Beat it. Jeez. Sneaking up on people. Hey. We really need to talk about this gift bag.
That Wanda, such a prankster. And such a soothing voice, isn't it? Like a lullaby. In fact, I'd like to hear a little bit more of that voice right now, so let's watch the two of us together on Will and Grace.
Excuse me, Cricket. Could I pay you to have a baby for me?
What? No. Having a baby is one of nature's most sacred miracles. You can't put a price tag on that.
$100,000 and I'll throw in a tummy tuck after you pop.
Mary Jane, cover for me. I'm going on maternity leave.
Please welcome Wanda Sykes. people demand Wanda Sykes.
They do?
Look at
I
that.
don't know about them.
Yeah.
They demand. I'm not good with demands.
Yeah, so I thought that clip was slightly ironic because you were actually weren't you in a delivery room with your...
Yes, my best friend, he didn't have the baby, his wife had
I was going to
the
say,
baby. That would have been,
that would've really
in
been
the
something.
papers.
Yeah.
You would have read about that. He actually had the baby. No, but his wife had the baby, and this is their third kid, and they asked me to actually be there in the delivery room, and I held her leg. Yeah.
You held the
leg? I held the leg while she was there.
And was he on
So
the other
baby,
leg?
Well, he was there waiting to catch it, you know.
It's important that somebody catch it. Yeah.
So it was amazing. It was the most amazing experience I've ever witnessed. I mean, because first you see the little head coming out and you know, it's just a clump of hair, and you're looking. I'm like, is that baby or you know? I didn't know. It kind of blended in at first. I was like, should have done a little gardening before you came in here, but it was baby. The head came out, and then it was just I was just crying. It was amazing. It was amazing.
And this was recently, right?
Recently, yeah. Actually, I had to get back to the hospital because I'm gonna deliver a few more when I leave here.
You got hooked.
Great. I got hooked. Yeah. But his wife, man, Shelby, she is amazing. She just it took forever for her to go ahead and you know, take an epidural because she was like, nah, I'm okay. And I'm like an empath. I
need an epidural just hearing the story.
Yeah, I started to take one. I was like, man, and this was their third kid, so, you know, and he wants more, but I think if they go for the fourth, I'm going to have to do some more leg holding, but during conception.
You just have to pin her down.
Go ahead, man, get the fourth kid. No. Aunt Mary, what's wrong with y'all?
We had so much fun when you were on Will and Grace, and you were on the week that Britney Spears was on, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that
you and I
was
were
fun.
totally overlooked. We could have done whatever we wanted that week.
We could have stabbed each other, anything. Nobody paid us any money at all. It was all about Britney. She had a bodyguard. Remember, she had a bodyguard on set, and we thought that was the funniest thing. Because like you're on set, you're with a bunch of actors.
Going to be attacked by Sean Hayes. Yeah.
Sean Hayes runs over and kicks her in the knee. Like, what is the bodyguard?
Well, I don't know. That was the one thing on Will and Grace because we had a lot of those big pop stars on. We had, you know, the whole group, and they all did have, to a man or woman, they all had a bodyguard.
Really? Mm-hmm. What the hell were y'all doing over there? Aaron doesn't look that threatening. What?
I had actually moved into Britney Spears' house at one point when she was on vacation. Maybe that was why. I'm not sure. Yeah, she came back from vacation. I was just in her kitchen making eggs. Oh, Britney, hey. Yeah, so now I'm getting adjusted to this schedule because it's so different from Will and Grace, and it's, you know, we work in the daytime, not my favorite time on the planet.
Right. Well, I don't think both of us are morning people.
You're not
at
a
all.
morning person?
No,
Yeah.
because I remember
God,
I would pull in right behind you at Will and Grace. I mean, late, but
a little late.
I'm the same
Better
way.
late than never is my philosophy.
Matter of fact, when I die, I want on my casket, I wanted to get there like 20 minutes late and just put a sign on there and go, traffic was a bitch. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, my alarm didn't go off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Overslept, yes.
Do you stay up late at night, though?
I do.
See,
I do
that's
on my night out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm up at least until like 1. You know?
I do too. Me too. I just get going. I get going around 10 o'clock at night, and then I'm ready to conquer the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's asleep, but
Yeah.
we're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Let's really get all my work done. So you have a big special premiering this Saturday on HBO.
Yes.
Fancy You. It's called...
my hour special.
What's it called?
Wanda Sykes, Sick and Tired.
I love it. I love it. It's going to be so great. I can't wait to see it. Now, tell us about it.
Oh, well, I shot it in Seattle, and it was a great crowd, and it was just a lot of fun, and I'm really proud of it. It's really funny. Just watch it, and you might want to, like, put a depend on or something, because you're going to wet your pants. That's how funny it is.
All right, well,
It's very, very funny.
I think we have a clip. Let's watch that.
I have a dog. His name is Riley, man. And I love dogs. And I hate when women compare men to dogs. We gotta stop doing that, ladies. You know, men are dogs. Men are dogs. We gotta stop that. Men are not dogs. Dogs are loyal.
Your dog, I saw you earlier. You have your dog here today.
Right. Mm-hmm. Riley is here.
He's very cute.
And your dogs are cute.
My dogs are here too. For a reason. Because when we come back, Wanda and I are going to have our dogs psychically read by the famous pet psychic, Sonya Fitzpatrick. So don't go away. I'm so excited, I can't wait.
Still ahead from ER, Goran Visnjic teaches Megan how to fence.
Oh, that was fancy.
Yeah?
I don't know what you
And
did.
then you got Septima is a fancy one, back attack.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And next, pet psychic Sonya Fitzpatrick reads Wanda and Megan's dogs. On the next Megan, Peter Gallagher.
You're really very good looking.
Plus, it's Tyler James Williams from Everybody Hates Chris.
Wow.
And magician Nathan Burton, who saw Megan in half.
Do I look bad in this
relax.
one?
It's all on the next Megan Mullally Show.
As you can see, Wanda and I have been joined by our dogs. This is Willa, this is Elmo, and this is Riley. Okay? And more importantly, we're joined by the famous pet psychic, Sonya Fitzpatrick. Sonya, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, darling.
Now, I just want to say that I was obsessed with your show on Animal Planet, and I T-voted. I think I saw every single episode of it. I absolutely loved it. I think you're wonderful. Explain to us exactly what it is that you do.
Well, what I do is I talk to animals, and I hear them, they ask me questions, I'll answer it, but I don't talk to them verbally. I do, but I speak to them telepathically, and I hear them in my head, and I feel certain things with my body and my senses, and it happens very, very quickly.
And when did this start?
It started when I could talk to animals before I spoke to people. My mother said that I didn't speak till I was 3, but I was communicating with animals, so I was born with the gift.
Wow.
So did you bark? Was that your first word?
Oh, darling,
She got a million of them. All right, so...
I'm already picking them up, darling.
Okay,
And
well,
they're
I want to
rescue.
get right to it.
They're rescue.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
are.
telling me they're rescue, and they want to say thank you very much. You're a great mum. And they said they never thought they could be so happy, ever. They never thought they could be so happy. And one of them is a little more nervous than the other. So the other one's very bold and a bit of a show-off.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, that's true. Yeah.
But one of them, the background is there was a lot of shouting going on where one of them was. And one of them is very emotionally upset about the past, but not about the future, because can't believe that they're so happy. And they're telling me that who is it in that's around them that is good with wood? They're telling me someone's good with wood.
My husband is a carpenter.
Oh,
yeah.
they said he's very good, but not only that, they're telling me, he plays like a dog.
They love him so much.
They do, and they're telling me they want to know why they come sometimes here, but not other times, and they think they should be here every day.
Oh.
So can I tell them why they're not here every day?
Oh, well, sometimes I feel like maybe they're happier when they are in their own environment. Another reason it's hard for me to bring them here is there's no grass anywhere.
Okay, let me tell them that. Yeah, they do like the grass, darling.
Mm-hmm.
They do
We'll
like
have
the
to
grass.
plant some in the parking
And
lot.
they're saying something. Where is it that they, go to? They're asking, are you moving? Do you go somewhere else with them sometimes?
We
to another
sometimes
house?
take them on vacation with
They
us.
love that.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, they
Sometimes if
said-
we take a driving trip, we'll take them with
Yeah,
us.
they said they love it when they go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So they said they love to move around with
Oh,
you.
good.
And they said they're very good in the car.
They aren't good in the car. They're
very
very
good
quiet.
in the car. And they said that you're good in the car too, Mum. And when of you's a better driver than the other?
Well, Nick does all the driving.
Oh, that's why.
I'm in charge of listening to books on tape.
Okay,
Yes.
so let me tell them that's why. And they're telling me that they love you both a lot. And who's the other person that comes and goes to the house?
Erin.
Likes
Yeah.
Erin.
Oh, they love Erin.
Oh,
yeah.
they said
she's
that
our assistant.
she is just so great, and she's very good with them, and she gets down and she makes a big fuss of them too.
I love
and
it.
this
Well,
one is
let's
saying
talk
to
to
me,
Riley.
stop talking to those two and
Yeah.
talk to me.
Yeah, come on. Equal time, equal time. Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Stop talking to those two. It's my turn
come
now.
on, come
Equal
on.
So
time.
what he wants to know, darling, when was he with other dogs?
Yesterday. He
He
was
wants
at Bow
to-
Wow Bungalow.
He loved it.
Okay,
He
good.
says, when am I going again?
You're going today, as soon as we leave here.
Okay, let me
He's
tell
going.
him. He says, will he be going there regularly?
If Mommy's working regularly, yes.
Okay. And he wants to know.
You know, that place isn't free.
He
has
wants
to
to
work.
know, darling, when the other dog's coming.
When
We've
the
been
other
thinking
dog...
about another dog, and he
I
wants to
haven't
know.
been thinking about another dog. I'm not sure. Does he want another dog? Is
He
cool
says
with it?
he thinks it would be quite a good idea.
Is he going to walk and feed the dog? There's responsibilities being a dog owner.
You bet, darling. You bet. He says, in fact, he says that he doesn't want it eating his food.
He doesn't want the other dog
He
eating
doesn't
his
want the
food.
other dog to-
He's greedy. He is greedy.
Yeah, I know. Well, he wants a bit more chicken.
Okay. Oh.
Bit more chicken.
Okay. Who doesn't, huh?
He says he'll have a bit more chicken. And who sometimes gives him bits and snacks?
That's Tiffany.
Oh, he says he loves her.
Okay.
He
and
says-
also
he
Shelby.
says you're a
Shelby
bit
does
stricter.
that too. Yes, I am. Oh.
He says you've got to loosen up a bit there.
Okay. I will loosen up.
And he also says it's about time he had a new collar. He says it's
You
about...
know what? It is getting a little skanky, so he
He
probably
says,
does.
well, he's looking at these two.
Oh, you want a little? What's he want? Some leather? Some
He wants
bling
something.
bling?
He wants something a bit
Yeah,
more.
look, here, I got a dog bone over here.
Oh,
and
a little
and
flashier?
a crown,
What
yeah.
does he
Maybe
want?
some bling.
He's not complaining about the one he's got. He wants you to know that.
Oh, but he just wants a new
But
one.
he'd like to have a few changes.
Okay.
Some
He's-
choices.
Yes, he'd like a few choices, and he wants one of those bandanas.
He likes the bandana?
He does. He says you don't. He does.
He does. I always thought he would get teased with it, so that's
He
why.
says you don't. He does.
But you know what? I get teased with it, so that's why
And he says you can wear one too, Mum.
Oh, you can be twins. Oh, that's so fun. Sonya, please come back. To
Thank
find
you.
out more about Sonya, go to my website at meganshow.com and watch Wanda this Saturday night at 10 p.m. on HBO. Up next, gonna play the bones. Sounds a little dirty. We'll be right back.
Still ahead, from ER, Goran Visnjic. And next, a performance from Barry Bones Patton. On the next Megan, it's Peter Gallagher. Plus, it's Tyler James Williams.
Wow!
Don't just watch the Megan Mullally Show. Be a part of it.
Hit it!
Been dying to ask Megan a question? Here's your chance. Want to be a guest on the show? Tell us your story.
So excited just talking about it.
Or do you just want more Megan?
It's good. It's good stuff.
It's all at meganshow.com.
I met my next guest over the summer when we started taping the show, and I loved him so much that I invited him back. He's a musician who plays the bones. That's right, bones. It's landed him on stage with country superstar Vince Gill, and today he's here to perform for us. Please welcome Barry Bones Patton. the greatest. Oh, I love that
Appreciate
so
that.
much. That's so cool. So now, it just couldn't be any better. It's so entertaining and fun and kind of old school. And for everybody who doesn't know, which is probably all of us, explain exactly what this is.
Well, these are actually rib bones out of a cow.
But the cow didn't feel very good about that, but...
She was pretty well deceased when I got her, but anyway, you play them between your fingers, just like that. And it's just kind of it's really an old, lost art.
Okay.
And it's just a rhythm.
And it's been around for a long time, right?
Oh, yes,
Long time.
1600 B.C.
Wow.
They go back where they used to play them in minstrel shows, jazz, Dixieland, bluegrass. Mm-hmm. And that's where I came in, I guess.
Yeah. So now, how did you get started doing this?
Well, when I was 5 years old, a good friend of mine, Cecil Hyatt, was playing bones with my grandpa, Lou Berline. And I got to watching him play the bones, and I thought, that's kind of a unique instrument. Mm-hmm. So I met him when I was 13, later on in years, and I was helping him out of a car, and he slammed my fingers in a car door.
Oh.
And he felt so bad, he gave me my first set of bones. He said, oh, Barry, you know, and so I took them home and I played and played. Finally got to playing them, and, you know, the years have went by, and both hands, of course.
Ambidextrous. Now, this isn't your full-time job, right?
Oh, no. A lot of people ask me that. You know, do you play bones full-time? No, I don't. But actually, I'm a diesel mechanic by trade. Own and operate Barry's Diesel Service out of Winfield, Kansas.
Winfield, Kansas. That's fantastic. Now, you've been real busy. You've been playing bones. Now, tell us about that, because you've been playing with somebody.
Oh, yes. We just got back, actually, from playing a big festival in Winfield, the Walnut Valley Festival, which is about 15 to 20,000 people that show up to that.
Wow.
And it is a music festival that's known all over the world.
And tomorrow there's a big event that you're going to in my hometown of Oklahoma City at the, it's called the Oklahoma Hall of Fame now. It used to be called the Cowboy Hall of Fame.
Well,
they changed it.
Yes, it was actually the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. So it's not the Cowboy Hall of Fame. It's another thing.
They induct musicians from Oklahoma.
I see.
And I get an invitation for that through Byron Berline. And Byron is my uncle, and he's the one that actually is a fiddle player and gets us up to do gigs like this. And
so you're going to go to a fancy thing tomorrow night?
That's suit and tie.
Get all gussied up? Well, last time you were here, you gave me a set of bones. I don't even have the right. I lost part of it, I think.
Oh, no, you've got them all.
Okay, all right. Now, what do I do? Because I didn't practice. It's confessing.
You brought the bones. That's great.
Okay, I did bring the bones.
You play them between your fingers just like that.
All right.
Now, you can just hold on to them and grip them, then you just roll your wrist.
You make it sound so easy.
Oh, it's easy. It's just like falling off a bike.
Is it real
getting
low
on a bike.
down on the... I did it better last time. Oh, wait. Oh gosh. Remember last time I actually made a sound?
You did make it.
Okay.
You're getting close. Do it again.
Do it again.
Look, listen. All right.
Ah, he's better than me. Thanks, Barry. Play us out the break.
All right.
Let the way the professionals do it.
Yeah. You play along?
Later, an audience dance-off gone bad. And next, Megan visits with ER's Goran Visnjic.
As the charming but very intense Dr. Luka Kovac on the hit series ER. Take a look.
At the time of Mr. Ames's numbness, there were 47 patients in the ER, 82 in the waiting room. I was taking care of a young mother who was the victim of domestic violence, nearly beaten to death, an 8-year-old hit by a car, and a 53-year-old heart attack victim.
Dr. Kovac, you're not answering my question. I'm asking
in the ER, and it was reasonable to believe that Mr. Ames's numbness could wait.
Please welcome Goran Visnjic. Look at all your girlfriends out there. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. So we actually met, when was that? A couple years ago we presented together at the Golden Globes.
No, that was fun, huh?
Yeah.
Talk about nerve-wracking.
You were nervous, right?
It's alive. You know, we didn't have any rehearsals. I hate that. You know, in theater, you kind of like have 2 months rehearsals. You memorize your lines. You know, you come comfortably on a stage. Everything is okay. There it was like all your colleagues are sitting in the audience. You know, your mom is watching you in Croatia live. And you're like, dude, it's like.
That's funny. Yeah, I never think about it in that way. But if I did, I'd probably get nervous too. I don't even remember what we did because sometimes, you know, when they write those things for the presenters, they're so lame. Was it something really dumb? I can't remember.
You opened it up. I didn't. I was just like, like, you know, I have a nightmare. You know, you open the envelope and then you take it out and there's nothing in it. And you're like, wow, now what?
You could just say it was you, and then you could accept the award. And yeah, but well, we'll avoid those situations in the future. They are a little nerve-wracking, but you've been on ER, which is an atmosphere you're much more used to because you've been on it for how many years now?
Season 8 for me now.
Wow.
So,
Season 8?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's been that long.
It's been a crazy ride. I remember 7 years ago I barely spoke English, so ER was kind enough to give me a dialect coach for a couple of years. So
you're originally from Croatia,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So I'm grateful for ER for improving my language skills. You know? And we've been working with so many great people on the show. You know, it's like we had so many great guest stars like you've seen now in this clip. Forrest Whitaker is our latest addition on the show, having an arc of like 4 or 5 episodes, which is just, you know, we worked with Sally Field, James Cromwell lately. I mean, so many people.
So many great people. Yeah. Now, is there anything that stands out for you in particular in all those seasons?
I mean, every season, there's a lot of actors on the show, so they're trying to give each one of us kind of like a cool, good storyline, something that you can really like enjoy for a year at least. So there was a couple, but like the season opening of this year was kind of like the most challenging, and it was like kind of emotionally strong for my character. It was like Abby, who was played by Maura Tierney, we didn't know, is baby going to survive, is she's going to survive, and that already happened to Kovac. Like during the war in Croatia, he lost his wife and kids literally in his arms, so now he's going through another situation that it's so similar after kind of everything.
So you had to play a lot of scenes that were very emotional, and that I haven't done a lot of dramatic stuff, but I did one Lifetime movie. And I mean, staying in that kind of, you know, headspace for a month where you're crying and upset and bummed out, it's rough.
It was actually first time I cried for real on TV. Like, I never did it before. And it's kind of, I did it in theater, you know, like when it happens, when the really moment is there or something like that. But here it was really necessary to do that. And I was like, how am I going to do this? You know, like, I know it sounds kind of like, you know, easy to do, but it was so, I'm like, I don't have any tears. What's going on? You know, and you're sad, really. So it was tough, but then we started filming, and it was just like easy.
Yeah, and Maura Tierney is such a great actress. That's a nice partner to have for something like that. So you are from Croatia, though, originally. Is your family still there?
Yeah, everybody. Just spent there 3 months. Croatia is now kind of like a hot spot for, you know, tourists. It's kind of like newly discovered because war finished about 10 years ago, so we don't have anything to do with that now. It's really beautiful now. You should all go. It's really fun. Been there for 3 months. It's really a nice place to visit.
That's great. Do you go back every summer?
I try to. If I'm not working between 2 seasons of the show, then...
Aren't you from a town that... It's like an old, it has castles and...
It's like pretty much every city on Croatian coast has like a long history. Like the old part of town is like originally they were built, like architecture is pretty much intact from like around 15th century. Wow. Like cathedral in my hometown.
We have a mall from 1989 over here on the corner, so... Yeah, here in Los Angeles, not maybe as much history. Now, you're also kind of a thrill seeker. You're kind of a daring, adventurous guy. What's one of the craziest things you've attempted?
But it's not so much about adventure and stuff. Like I always wanted to, you know, like be kind of like a pilot or like astronaut or something. But you know, when I figured out that math, physics, and chemistry are required, I was like, I'll never do it. Like. So when I came in States, I was like, you know, is there anything like now when I'm celebrity or whatever, You know, and they told me, like, you can fly with Blue Angels, U.S. Navy, and F-18. I'm like,
oh my
you're not
gosh.
serious. I'm like, really? Like, yeah, you know, you do acrobatic flight. And I was like, I did that, and it was
Did
like...
you go up and
I did
go around? And...
every possible maneuver, 7.5 Gs, pulling in a couple of turns, and guy was even so cool. I mean, I'm not supposed to say this, but it was like years ago, where it was kind of okay. He gives you a stick, and you do maneuvers on your own.
Oh, my...
And you're like, oh...
You're a stud. Well,
no,
listen, when we come back, I'm going to have to challenge you to a duel, my good man.
Okay.
That's right, so stay tuned.
Next, Goran teaches Megan how to fence.
Oh! Are you scared? No!
If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and would like tickets to our show, go to www.meganshow.com or call us at 1-888-MEGAN-LIVE.
You did it on ER, right? All right, welcome back. Goran is a fencing enthusiast. Now, when did you learn to fence, sir?
Properly on Academy of Dramatic Arts back in Croatia in school. We had the 2 years of fencing. It was like theatrical. Normally we would be done with the stunt guys, but our stunt guy was sick that year that my generation started. So we actually got on school a professional fencer, a guy who was actually defending Croatia on Olympics.
Oh, that's good. It's a good teacher to have.
We had a pretty good teacher. He was also a history buff, so he was like... he gave us like we would start with like broadswords, two-handed swords, Japanese swords, all kind of stuff. So we kind of covered pretty much a lot of ground, and we did kind of like as close to real fencing as we could get.
My husband's done that because he studied. He's a fight choreographer and all that stuff for theater. But now, when you've used fencing in your acting, right? Because in theater and
yeah.
I don't know why I'm standing like this.
Just easy with the tip.
It has a big rubber thing on it, wimpy.
Yeah, it did Hamlet for about 7 years, so we had a bit choreography on the end of the show. It was like Laertes.
Oh yeah,
and
because
Hamlet
everybody
had
basically dies at the end.
Yeah, it's about 6, 7 dead bodies on the
Yeah.
end. Kind of like the sword is a little bit poisoned. It's a little bit different.
Did you do something on ER? Didn't you and Noah Wiley do a little?
Yeah, we had an episode that it was a funny story because Noah and I both fenced. So when we played pool in my house, we were like, you know, he's like, oh, you have swords. I'm like, yeah, I do fence. He's like, I do fence too. So we end up around my house, you know, fencing at 2 in the morning. So we came to our producers and we were like, you know, we would like if we can incorporate fencing in a show. And fencing in ER, guys, you must be, you know. So 2 months later, John Wells came on a read-through, who is our big boss, and he was like, Noah and Goran are going to be very happy. Read this episode. So we're reading, and like in half of the episode, we have like fencing scene. So that was really cool. So
these aren't called swords. What are they called?
This is like a sport form of the sword. It's called foil or florets. Depending on which country, and there's different schools of fencing, you know.
What do I do? I feel like I'm supposed to stand in some way.
The first thing would be like, in old time, they wouldn't give people swords for about, I don't know, 6 months. You would only do walking, you know. So this is kind of a major stance. Yeah. You have to be very light on your knees, and this foot should point straight ahead.
All right.
So you would just do this for about 6 months, you know, learn how to walk.
For 6 months, they make you do that? All right,
and then,
I got it now. So let's move on. What's next?
So let's say this would be your major position on guard. So you would go. The first position, prima, would be here. Here. You kind of like you do this. So palm is open towards the top.
Yeah, I didn't do very good at the bones, so I'm hoping.
Could be this. Then third, you're blocking for attack of this shoulder. Number 4 here, and you got like 5. Yeah, it should be parallel with the ground.
Okay.
And then you got like 6 should be here.
Oh, that was fancy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did.
And then you got septima is a fancy one, back attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh. So now we're ready to duel. All right.
All right. What are we doing?
We're gonna get you a mask.
Oh, look, I'm wearing a little thing. Oh, this is fun.
Get you a mask.
Wait a minute. You know what? My parents, I want to show that picture because my parents used to fence when they were courting or something. Look, that's my parents. Look, they got the little
There you
hair.
go.
Yeah. Look at, it's backwards.
Yeah, no, you're doing good. There you go.
I like it with my glasses.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I said like this would be a major position.
Okay.
So if I attack here, There you go. That's number 1. So for number 2, you're doing, just, there you go. So for this one, you would do,
go
remember,
up.
these 2, here. So it's like 2, and then, great. And then for the head attack, no, you defend.
Oh,
Here you go.
like that?
There you go. Ready?
Okay, so we're doing it all? Oh, gosh.
And I just try to walk in the same time. When you attack at me, you just try to do this.
Oh, my word.
So just aim for this. Aim here.
I'm going toward you this way?
That way, exactly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna defend myself.
Okay.
So go ahead.
All right. Ha!
There.
Are you scared?
No. Should be okay. You know.
I'm gonna get you, Goran. That's my little foil. Oh no, got caught in the thing. That's fun. I want to do more. All right, well, come back again and give me another lesson because I'm not very good at it. You can watch Goran on ER Thursdays at 10 on NBC. We'll be right back.
Next, the audience dance-off. The Megan Mullally Show. Anything can happen, and everything will.
Some interesting dancers in our audience lately. I thought it was time to bring back my audience dance-off, but this time with a little bit of a twist. I have selected 4 people from the audience who want to be loved for themselves, not their dancing abilities. Okay, people, come on, open your hearts. They may not be the greatest dancers in the world, but they've still got something to offer, and they're not afraid to serve it up on national television. Right on. It's something... I'm proud of them, too. It's something that we call audience dance-off, not so much.
Audience dance-off, not so much.
All right, here's how it works. Each dancer has the same amount of time. When they hear this sound, their time is up. Then the studio audience is going to vote for their favorite, and of course, it would not be daytime television unless there was free stuff. So, the 3 runners-up will receive... Thank you, Jonathan. Ion digital cameras, and the winner will receive a Polaroid DVD player. Hands up. All right. As strong as you. All right, it's time to meet our dancers. Take a look at audience dancer number 1.
I'm Richie. I'm 28. I'm from Los Angeles. Most people dance for joy, but I dance for vengeance.
Molyneux. Oh, beautiful, beautiful work. Okay, thank you. Now let's meet audience dancer number 2.
Hey guys, I'm Jessica. I'm 22 years old and I'm from Chino, California. Most people dance because they can. I dance because I can't.
Let's welcome Jessica Brambila. Hi, Jessica. Oh, yeah. Loud and proud. Now let's meet audience dancer number 3.
I'm Rico, the 38 Boricua de Chicago. Not to say that I'm a bad dancer, but I got gonged at a blind and deaf talent show.
Give it up for Rico Devereaux. Hi, Rico. Yay. Rico has arrived on the scene. Now let's meet audience dancer number 4.
My name is Melissa. I'm 22 years old, and I'm from Western Pennsylvania. I went to a private school where I wasn't allowed to dance. Ever. So now I'm living footloose.
All right, last but not least, Melissa Telerovich. Hi, Melissa. Oh, everybody's so pumped up. All right, now that we've met everyone, it's time to get down with the get down. to say, everybody did a great job of not really being very good. Okay, now it's time to vote. Everybody in the studio audience has a ballot. They're going to vote during the commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to announce the winner of the audience dance-off. Not so much. So don't go away. Has spoken, and it is now time to find out whose moves impressed you the most, or the least, as the case may be. Drum roll, please. The winner is Jessica Brambila. Goran, thank you so much to my guests today. Wanda, Sykes, Sonya Fitzpatrick, Goran, Visnjic, and Mary Bones Patton. Thanks for watching. Whee!
Travel provided by CheapTickets.com, where the less you pay, the better it feels.